When I started my perfume fondness for a couple of decades now, Guerlain or Guerlain, which is located in France. So for the past 12 years, I began exploring the outstanding male fragrances that the House of Guerlain has released. And to name such of these Guerlain's fragrances for men that are really outstanding in my own experience, I don't own all these bottles, but I was able to test them for the past years. And the fragrances that really impressed me because of its high quality, beautiful blend and compositions were as follows. My personal favorite would be Guerlain's Heritage for Men Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. And then there is also the high-end male fragrances from Guerlain, such as Guerlain's Derby, Guerlain's Lupin, Guerlain's Tonka Imperial, which is also a top favorite of mine, and then Guerlain's Vetiver Classic and Guerlain's Vetiver Extreme, which I prefer over the Classic. Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. So this, I would tell you up front, is a cherry, almond, and tonka bean dominated fragrance. Very high quality. Now, if you want to know my thoughts about Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, please stay put, keep watching, and let's cherry it. Friends and viewers, my name is Red. For my YouTube channel, let's do this. Sharing my thoughts on Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, released 2016 from perfumers Thierry Wasser and Delphine Yelk or Delphine Job. Now the main accords are sweet, cherry, vanilla, almond, nutty, amber, warm spicy, fruity, leather, and smoky. I have been wanting to own this fragrance since it was released. That time it was really very expensive and rare, quite hard to find. Because this is highly regarded, highly reviewed, a lot of positive remarks on L'Homme Ideal EDP, and now I get the chance to hold on this bottle. And the bottle before was quite different from the bottle now, but it wasn't reformulated, so the blend is still the same in comparison from the reviews that I've watched and read, and from my smell experience today. L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. My impression with this gem, if I smell this straight from the sprayer, I will mimic and show to you what I call the baby smile. The baby smile is what I've seen in some YouTube reviewers whenever they smell a fragrance from the sprayer and it wows them. Because I was wowed by L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum when I sniff it from the sprayer, I'm gonna do the baby smile. And here is how they show it. That's the baby smile. Anyways, L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, the cap sits tightly. You hear the lock. You can pick it up from the bottle. It's stable and safe. And the box itself looks nice, elegant. That's how it is. And the spray mechanism is fantastic. Decent distribution, mist, perfectly, I can smell it. Fairly, mistily distributed, wonderful. That's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. Now, my impression. This is sweet cherry almond with a blast of citrus coming from bergamot. What I smell is a high dose of powder with a mix of the sweetness coming from vanilla. I think the powder here is coming from tonka bean and some sweetness also from tonka bean. Now it's vanilla and tonka bean, that has the impression of powdery smell. Almonds is very aromatic and airy. There's this lavender that added some masculine kick, and there's this cherry that adds some fruity tone and some citrus coming from bergamot, but it is really powdery right at the start, in the air, on my skin, high concentration of powder. Now the flowers such as thyme and rosemary, I think they're just very soft. Now the citrus here adds some freshness and a clean feel, while the cherry adds this syrupy sweetness, while the almond adds this thick aroma that is also sweet. I don't sense any bitterness here. Only minimal, very soft, must be coming from the almond also, but it's just very light. Now, the lavender here is quite masculine. So I would say Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum is, for me, take it with a grain of salt, is strictly a masculine fragrance. Now, if a woman would want to use this, she can use this if she is really the kind of an adventurous person who loves to try and experiment on male fragrances. Now, the amber here is not the amber per se. In my own opinion, since there is a soft incense here, I think the amber is an impression, a combination of impressions coming from sandalwood and incense, along with tonka bean and vanilla. Now, there is a very masculine tone on L'Homme Ideal EDP that is coming from leather, because initially, along with the cherry and almond and lavender, I can already smell leather along with the powdery aroma. So, like a couple of minutes or less than 5 minutes, the citrus fades out already, and what stays is a linear smell that is a combination of the following notes: cherry, almond, tonka bean, vanilla, leather. Not much of a sandalwood because it is not creamy and it is not that woody, and there is no impression of cocoa or cacao. There's no vibe of chocolate on this one, but some people detect it, so it all depends on the skin chemistry. But for me, this is a bomb of cherry and almond and lavender with leather, tonka bean, and vanilla. L'Homme Ideal EDP initially is very strong. For the first 15 to 20 minutes, it can make you sneeze if you overspray this. And it is a high quality blend, which is, I would say, seductive. But after 20 minutes, it becomes pretty linear, even from the heart to the dry down, which is on my skin. I've sprayed this for like 45 minutes now, and it is very gentle, soft, and light. Now, my disappointment with L'Homme Ideal EDP is that no matter how strong it was at the very start, it becomes immediately very toned down and soft after 20 or 30 minutes. That is my disappointment, because this is highly reviewed and highly regarded in the fragrance community. I have no questions about the quality. It's really high quality. The concoction and the blend is really well refined and balanced. Like, you can smell majority of the notes on this one, either they're strong or soft. Now, my disappointment is the performance, because it lacks the longevity. On my skin, the longevity only lasts for like about 5 hours. I'm lucky if I have this on the 7th hour margin, and then on the first 30 minutes it suddenly pulls back and becomes a close to skin smell. Although it's close to skin, as I've said, it stayed from 5 to 6 hours, which is fair enough, because Prada Black is also kind of performs the same as Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, and they're quite in the mid-range on fragrances. I think they're quite expensive. Occasions for this would be date scenario and clubbing. This would be good for also formal and informal occasions. Now, for the age bracket would be 25 years older, and for the seasons would be fall and winter. I would discourage L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum to be worn on late spring and high summer heat, or from the start to end of summertime, because this has a high dose of powder and syrup. This is very syrupy, coming from cherry, and most people wouldn't like the smell of cherry, but to some they love the smell of cherry. Warm spicy. L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum from the House of Guerlain, according to the main accords, has a warm, spicy tone. I would guess that the spices comes from two spices or two notes, which are cardamom and pepper. Why cardamom? Because it is really spicy in the air and on my skin, but the spiciness of this one is sweet. Aside from the syrupy from the cherry and the aromatic tone from the almonds and the warmness from the amber combined with the incense and leather, the masculine kick, I can smell the spice that lingers in the air along with its sweetness, and that is for me the combination of cardamom, vanilla, amber, the powdery and nuttiness coming from tonka bean. Now pepper, because I see that the spice of pepper is here, it's because it is very aromatic. The aromatic factor of this fragrance would not just be coming from almond and lavender. I do believe that there is pepper on this blend. Now the only problem, as I've said a while ago, is even if it is really warm, spicy, airy, syrupy, sweet, it doesn't last a long time. That kind of blend that lingers in the air and coming out, kicking out from my skin only lasts in the first 20 to 30 minutes, and then this blend suddenly pulls back and becomes close to skin, pretty linear from the mid to the base notes or the dry down. Now smoke. In the warm accords, it says there's a smoky feel on this one. I don't detect much of the smoke. If there is, it's just probably a light smoke. But if I would guess where the smoke is coming from, I think it might be coming from sandalwood and leather and incense. Now, this is my review of L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. An amazing juice, high quality, well blended and refined. Unfortunately, it lacks the performance. It is very short on longevity, but the scent trail is in the first 20 minutes and projection as well. But the performance is poor. To my first-time viewers and returning viewers, please subscribe to my channel. Please click the subscribe button and also the bell icon. From white, click it and turn it into black so that you will be notified of all my upcoming videos in the coming days. For my returning subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And I appeal to you, my subscribers, and also my viewers, if you watch these videos and even my past videos, please spend time to watch it for like a minute or two. And then after that, click the like button. So if you're doing something, you can just let it play without watching me. And then when you think that it's already beyond the 1 minute to 2 minutes margin, please click the like button. It means a lot to me. Now that is my review for Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. If you want to share your experience with the performance and the blend of Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, please also write down in the comments. I hope I was helpful with my review of this fragrance. Once again, my name is Red. For my YouTube channel, let's do this. Cheers!